Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andres Uribe Lopez, and I'm an HR strategy advisor at TELUS. And today I'll be presenting the TELUS Inclusive Talent and Accountability Initiative, and a strategy that focuses on strengthening inclusion, improving retention, and reinforcing our ESG governance. Now, I know DEI can sometimes sound like a soft topic, but what I want to show you today is that at TELUS, it's actually a performance and risk conversation. With Jackie's support, I'm here to walk you through it and ask for your approval. Let's begin. In 2025, TELUS grew to over 111 employees globally. However, we also reduced around 2,800 roles in Canada due to the AI shifts in the outsourcing. At the same time, Rogers and Bell are going through kind of the same issue and instability. So this means that it's just not a TELUS thing; it's an industry signal. So here's where the things get interesting. While the structures are changing, employees' expectations are not going down; they're going up. People are asking for fairness, inclusion, psychological safety, especially during uncertainty. And when they don't feel it, they disengage and they leave. So, from a board perspective, this connects directly to governance. In 2026, ESG disclosure is not an optional position anymore. It's an expected accountability. So the question becomes, in it is, how do we respond in a way it's just not reactive, but strategic? Well, our answer is the TELUS Inclusive Talent Accountability Initiative. In simple terms, it turns inclusion into something that we can actually measure, manage, and improve. It focuses on three areas: inclusive hiring, leading accountability through scorecards, and a stronger employee resource group support. And yes, it sits with HR, not just because it's an HR work, but because workforce strategy lives in people and culture. We're the ones connecting data, leadership, behavior, and employee experience. This also builds in what TELUS already does well, like the strong representation at the top, and brings the same level of accountability across the organization. What I like about this initiative is that it just doesn't solve one single problem, but it aligns with multiple stakeholders at once. Employees and ERGS are looking for stability, for belonging as well, especially after workforce changes like this ones. This gives them like a clear structure and support. On the other hand, HR and people leaders are dealing with real pressure, right? AI sourcing, retention. So this gives them also clear tools and accountability. And for you, the board and investors, this is about visibility, risk management, and ESG credibility. You are not just hearing about a culture or a situationship. You are seeing measurable outcomes. So instead of competing priorities, this becomes one aligned strategy that helps to support the organization from multiple angles. From a business perspective now, this is where it really connects. One, on the HR side, when employees feel included and engaged, turnover goes down. And in a moment of workforce pressure, this matters a lot. It's a really good one. And on the ESG side, this supports TELUS positioning and supports readiness for CSSP aligned disclosure. It shows that we're not just reporting, but we're managing. And from a business lens, TELUS data shows that inclusive teams can generate up to 19% more innovation revenue. So isn't just about like doing the right thing. It's about performing better because we are doing it right, and we will do right. In a competitive telecom market, that difference adds up very, very quickly. So of course, no strong proposal ignores the reality. So let's talk about like cost and risk. The total investment is about $120,000, covering training, HR capacity, and for 6 months of supporting tools. And if we don't act, we risk to continue having an instability within the workforce, lower engagement, and increasing of ESG pressure. Especially as disclosure, the expectations are are actually growing. If we do act, there are risks too. We cannot lie. There will be also risks, but like manager resistance and data challenges. But the difference is those risks are manageable. We're starting with a focused pilot using existing TELUS system, which keeps the downside control and the learning very high. So it isn't just a big leap; it's a smart and measurable step. Execution is where ideas either work or they don't. So we need to keep this very clear. In phase one, planning, we define KPIs, build the scorecard, and align leadership. Phase two, pilot. We test in selected units and train managers. This is where we learn what actually works. In phase three, rollout, supported by executive oversight and regular reporting. We track four simple KPIs: retention, engagement, representation, and ERG participation. Nothing complicated, actually. Just metrics that tell us if it's actually working or not. Okay? And very important, you'll see results as early as November 2026. And from an ESG perspective, this initiative is designed to be measurable and reportable. It aligns with the global frameworks like the SDGs and the ISO 2600, as well as Canadian disclosure standards. But more importantly, it translates into outcomes: a stronger retention, better workforce, and clearer ESG reporting integration. For the board, that means visibility. You're now waiting for the next year to understand the impact or what happened. You're seeing it through the pilot's results and the quarterly updates. And in today's environment, being able to show the level of control over the workforce risk is a real advantage. So I'll be very clear with the task. Today I'm asking the board to approve three things. First, a pilot from the second quadrimester to the fourth quadrimester in 2026. Second, the $120,000 budget to support the implementation. And third and last, executive sponsorship to ensure oversight and accountability. If approved, we begin immediately with a pilot launch in July and results presented back to you with all the reports in November 2026. This is just not a program. Again, it's a way to protect TELUS talent, to support ESG performance, and stay competitive in a challenging market. Because at the end of the day, in telecom, our strategy is only as strong as our people. Right? Thank you so much for your time. I'd be happy to answer any questions or to take any questions. My name is Andres Uribe Lopez. Remember, in a market where talent is one of the few real differentiators, this is how we protect it. Slide 11 shows my full works cited list. Slide 12 includes my AI usage declaration. Thank you so much.